Are you ready for contact? Aloha, shifters, light guardians, dreamers within this beautiful holographic matrix. Thank you for joining in for our very special full moon story meditation winter contact. Thank you so much, every single one of you, for joining in either live or afterwards. Happy full moon. Let me hear those wolf howls. Let's type them into the chat. Last full moon of 2020, making it a big one. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. We're just going to go over a bit of an introduction to be able to get everything set up before we dive into the meditation here. If you guys can hear me loud and clear, go ahead and drop an 1111 in the chat. For those of you who may be new for the first time, go ahead and drop a 333 in the chat and let us know. For those of you on TikTok or Instagram, click the link in my profile to be able to join in on YouTube for the meditation. And let's get ready to just be able to go over a quick introduction, and then we'll get right into the meditation. So for those of you who, again, may be joining us for the first time, sorry, I shouldn't, I don't know, the clapping there might have been loud, I apologize. I'm just so excited right now. So again, for those of you who may be new, just a quick introduction. My name is Brendan, aka Mystic Spider-Man. I've been creating conscious media and helping shift paradigms for over 1 million years now. We built an entire global awesome team of shifters, people who are actively helping assist with the shift in consciousness. This broadcast is an extension of that. We do regular broadcasts on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right now, because of the holidays, we're on a bit of a different schedule, but nonetheless, you can check out the past recordings at any time, and you can also find us on Spotify at Paradigm Shift Radio as well. If you enjoy what you're listening here in the community, you're welcome to be able to connect further through our Discord server. We've got a channel there. Once you've joined the Discord server, you'll be able to see news and information about the team, including other amazing live broadcasts happening from other leading members within the community. Shout out to the leading members. There's like multiple full moon events happening tonight, so shout out to everybody, and thank you again, everyone, just for joining in. And again, if you would like to be able to not only join further with the community, but also to be able to help support it, go ahead and check out the Patreon. That's where you can contribute a monthly contribution. That helps support the ongoing production and facilitation involved with this project. Plus, when you join on Patreon, that's where you can get involved as a leading member in the community, where you can join on air for our weekly podcast, get discounts for the item shop, get full access to our Discord, and also to be able to join and get the benefits to be able to help support you as a conscious media creator. Quick side note, just relative to the time that we're doing this broadcast, we got a special Zoom call on Wednesday, December 30th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time about being able to help support people as conscious media creators. Go check out the videos on my TikTok and Instagram if you're interested in that, and send me a direct message. Just want to be able to let people know. But nonetheless, just keeping things timely for this broadcast, we're going to get right into the meditation. And I'm just going to be able to give a brief introduction and inviting everybody to just go ahead and get yourself nice and comfortable. So this is a very, very special meditation for me to be able to share with you. And the reason why I'm able to confidently say this meditation is awesome, this meditation is awesome, this meditation is awesome, is because this meditation has already happened. And what I mean by that is that because the schedule and just everything that's happening right now, it works out in our favor. Where actually what we're going to be doing tonight is I'm going to be joining you guys in the meditation, because I'm co-hosting this with the 2016 version of myself. So tonight's meditation is actually going to be a recording that was originally broadcasted in 2016. The majority of you have not heard this original meditation. And since it was something that I was so just proud about and something that I'm so excited to be able to share with everyone, I wanted to be able to bring it back and create the space for us to be able to enjoy it together, especially with the relative themes that have been happening in the world as of lately. We've got talk about disclosure and galactic federations and all sorts of alien contact and everything like that. So this meditation relates to that. Now, this is going to be a story meditation. So you can think of this as almost like a first person waking dream, like a first person movie, a first person audio story. Even if you're just listening to this on Spotify in the future, you could literally listen to this just listening to it almost like a story, almost like an audio book nonetheless. But it will be something that's created with the intention to be able to help open your heart and expand your mind. So with this meditation, this is about a 90-minute meditation. After the meditation's over, we'll come back here. I'll talk with you guys. It's just going to be me on air today, just for convenience production wise, but we're going to read some of the comments on air afterwards. I'd love to be able to hear how this is for you. And I don't want to say too much about the meditation because you know that feeling when you go into something and you don't know what to expect? What's that word called? Oh yeah, being surprised. Like I think that's the thing, right? So I'm not going to tell you like everything that's going to happen within this meditation. So with that being the case, I want you to just be able to experience this as it's intended to be experienced. The themes relate to contact. Other than that, the journey is yours to be had, and it's a good one. It's like you know it's going to be epic. Like don't worry, you know it's going to be shifty and epic and all sorts of multi-dimensional stuff. So thank you again everyone so much for joining in, and let me just make sure that we got everything taken care of before I pass it over to 2016. Brendan, I love this idea that it's like oh yeah, there's more than one of me. Like we're actually like in temporally bringing each other and folding time back in on itself. I mean, you guys already know I'm a time wizard, right? This is no surprise at this point. But yeah, I'm super happy to be able to share this meditation. If you guys are ready for this, go ahead, drop some 1111s in the chat. Get yourself nice and comfortable. 2016 Brendan is going to explain to you a little bit more just about being able to help lead you into this meditation. I'm going to be off camera. Like I said, I'm going to be meditating with you guys. And we'll come back here a little bit later. So yeah, if you guys are excited, just go ahead, share your excitement in the chat. For those of you on TikTok and Instagram, final reminder, if you're looking to be able to join the meditation, click the link in my profile to be able to join in on YouTube. I'm shutting down the live broadcast on TikTok and Instagram in a second. The reason for that is because I don't want people to be able to join in halfway. This is a meditation that's designed to be listened to from start to finish. So with that said, again, TikTok, Instagram, click the link in my profile to be able to join in on YouTube. So yes, special thank you to each and every single one of you for being such an amazing support within this community. Happy full moon. What a beautiful way for us to be able to celebrate the final full moon, this Cancer full moon together. And yeah, I think I've hyped it up enough, so you guys are ready. You guys are ready. All right, so let me just click a couple buttons here. We're going to get things all set up, and I'll pass it over to 2016 Brendan. He'll explain a little bit more about it. He'll get you set up. I love how I'm just talking about it as if he's like, just like right there. Well, it is. It's time travel, right? So anyways, okay. Take that first breath. I'm excited. You're excited. Let's do this together. Again, this meditation is going to be about 90 minutes. So if you don't have that time right now, I encourage you to come back and listen to it later. That's totally okay with me, as long as it's okay with you. So, all right, team. Thank you so much, everyone, for your support. We'll be back a little bit later. Happy full moon. Enjoy the journey. And yeah, looking forward to being able to talk more about it afterwards once we have concluded the story and the journey. So happy full moon, happy shifting, and yeah, happy contact. And remember, this is just a story. This is just a story. Anything in this, just think of it as like a science fiction novel. It's just a story. But what the story means to you, that will be very personal to you. So I'm excited to see how 2016 folds into 2020. So here we go. Okay, all right, team. Let's get ready to be able to do this. Just setting things up here. And yeah, I'll see you guys after the meditation. So I love you guys, and happy full moon, and let's do this together. All right, 2016 Brendan, give me 2 seconds here. I'm gonna pass it over to you, and yeah, and then we'll continue the broadcast there. So again, the intention here, this broadcast, this community, this is all about being able to help inspire people to choose to be the change they wish to see in the world, to be able to help open up their minds and hearts, to help them see a bigger story that they are a part of and their potential within it, to be able to help activate them as light guardians and shifters. So by you doing this meditation, may this continue to further activate you on your journey as a light guardian, as a shifter, someone who is actively helping assist with a shifting call. So, okay, let's do it. Here we go. All right. 2016 Brendan, passing it over to you, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys once we're back. So thank you again, everyone, and enjoy. Here we go. Shift consciousness. So this broadcast is going to be involved with that. It's going to be a way to help spark the spirit. It's going to be a way to provide you, the listeners, you, the community, you, the participant, with a visceral experience. So for those of you who may be new to these broadcasts, again, I'm just going to explain a little bit about it, and then we're going to get right into it. These broadcasts, these meditations in particular, they may be different from meditations you've done before. They're very much focused on the imagination. And so it's kind of like a first person movie, a first person audio story kind of. And really what you get out of it is like
you can listen to it literally almost not meditating, but when you meditate, it allows you to kind of drop into this space where you're encouraged to use your imagination, and you're really encouraged to like bring a realness into this experience so that its experience can become quote unquote real. And as I've talked about in other broadcasts, you know, if you can learn from it, if you can grow from it, then that in a way is what makes it real. So with this broadcast, we're going to be going through some basics where we just get the body relaxed, where we encourage you to get into a place of stillness, and then we bring in the focus of our imagination into the moment, and then from there the story is going to naturally unravel and everything. So the simple basics that I just want to encourage you guys is finding a place to get comfortable and finding a place where you can sit nice and still. So before you do that, if you are able to, please feel free to share the broadcast before we get into that. So if you guys are listening live or afterwards, please feel free to share the broadcast and invite more people to be able to tune in, because there's always parts in this where like literally we're kind of, you know, as we build more people, as more people join in this global meditation, it really sort of like amplifies the intention that it is that we're setting, which has a lot to do with shifting consciousness and healing the planet, and, you know, elevating the grid in that sense. So encouraging you guys, after you share the episode, to find a place where you can sit nice and comfortably and still. So if you're listening to this, you can do that now. And one way that I encourage you to do that is like sitting on your bed, or, you know, just like sitting wherever and putting a pillow on your lap, and then putting your hands gently on top of the pillow. And so ideally don't necessarily lie down unless you plan on falling asleep, which some people do, you know, like if you want to listen to this falling asleep, you're more than welcome to as well. And again, this broadcast is almost going to be like kind of like a guided waking dream in a sense. So again, guys, if I can just get the 1111 in the chat to confirm that you guys can hear me. I'm 99% certain, but just looking for that. And in addition, so just reminding you guys that part of what we're going to do in this meditation is maintain the integrity of our focus. We're going to keep the integrity of our focus in the green. Thank you, guys. There's the 1111. Perfect. And so like what you're going to notice within this meditation, like many meditations, our practice is to keep focus on one place at one time. And in doing so, this is where it kind of like allows the experience to become even richer. So if you're going to notice, your focus may wander. It may go from the green, which is like good focus, to orange to red. If it's in the orange, you're probably thinking about something else. If it's in the red, you're like totally out of it. But we're going to gently help guide you guys and keep it in the green. Ideally, you want to keep that in the back of your head. Kind of think of like a little meter in the back of your mind, and just like be aware. And it's okay. You'll notice when you fall out of the green, but just gently bring it back. And so in addition to that, also being aware that through the stillness, you're going to have the opportunity to be able to like feel potential activation sensations throughout the body, tingling energy movement throughout the body, up the spine. Be aware of that may happen throughout this broadcast. And that's actually what we're also working towards facilitating within these experiences. And so other than that, I will just say, if you guys are listening to this in the live version, come back again in a day, because I always do post-production and make a better version of this. So if you're listening to this live, check back again in a day and you'll hear like a better quality version. So with that said, guys, we're pretty much ready to move through with this. And yeah, with that said, really just encouraging you guys to find a spot where you can get nice and comfortable, drink some water before you go into this. This meditation is going to go for about 70 or 80 minutes. And we'll be wrapped up by about 11 p.m. EST on the time that we're doing this broadcast. So it's about 9:15, and we're getting close to the start of the broadcast. So let's do that. Let's begin this. So again, guys, what we'll do, we'll sort of bring our awareness into our body, and then we'll move ourselves through the story, and then through there, just let the mystery unfold. It's kind of it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a good one. And again, if you're listening to this broadcast, it's kind of like preface with the idea that, are you ready for contact? So if you're not ready for contact, or for whatever reason, you can walk away from this. You still have that choice. But if you're sticking through to move forward through this, then there's going to be some exciting things for you guys to be able to experience. So with that said, guys, let's get nice and comfortable and get ready to begin this global full moon story meditation. So, and of course, happy full moon, guys. That's part of the reason why we do these on the full moon, because it's just like even more ripe, even more potent. So awesome, guys. And another thing, just before we go into this broadcasted meditation also features music in collaboration with our friend Gabe Saloman. And you've probably seen videos from him, but you can check out more of his stuff at soundcloud.com/the new human. And also youtube.com, Gabe Saloman, GabeSalomon. And you'll find the links in the info for this video. And also, we are doing some stuff in collaboration with Power Thoughts Meditation Club. And they're a YouTube channel that you can check out at youtube.com/Power Thoughts Club and on Facebook at Power Thoughts Meditation Club. So shout out to them. We're going to be doing some more collaboration stuff with them in the future as well. So thank you to them for their contributions and their co-creation to help make this broadcast possible. And thank you to you guys for being a part of this, for making this broadcast even more epic simply by being here. So let's do this. Let's get some more XP. Let's level up. Let's meditate. So again, guys, inviting you guys to find a spot where you can get nice and comfortable and just move your body a little bit. Just wiggle out any wiggles you need to. Perfect, perfect. And then when you're ready, you can gently just close your eyes and begin to relax. So thank you again for being here, guys. Thank you again for being a part of this experience, for being a part of this co-creation. 9:16 on the clock. We are right where we need to be. Let's begin. So with your eyes closed, gently just allowing your body to relax, we'll begin simply by connecting with the breath. So gentle inhales through the nose, gentle exhales through the nose or the mouth. Again, gentle inhale through the nose, gentle exhales through the nose or the mouth. With each breath, with each exhale, allowing your body to become more relaxed. So allowing yourself to move into this place of stillness. Just continuing to bring awareness through your breath, the inhale meeting the exhale meeting the inhale, as we synchronize into this virtual, simulated reality experience together. And so as your breath continues to flow, let us gently scan our body as we get ready to enter into the story. So gently, as you're sitting where you are, bring awareness to your feet and your lower legs. And as you do, just allow your feet and your lower legs to gently relax. Good, good. And then from there, gently bringing awareness up to your thighs, up to your waist, up to your groin, and gently just allowing your thighs, your waist, and your groin to gently relax. Good. Continuing to breathe, bringing our awareness up to our stomach, our abdomen, our solar plexus, and using the visualization of our imagination, just bringing more relaxation to our stomach, our abdomen, our solar plexus. Good. And moving up through the body, bringing awareness to our chest, bringing awareness to our shoulders, bringing awareness to our back, gently allowing our chest, our shoulders, and our back to gently relax. Good. And here, bringing awareness to our arms, to our biceps, to our forearms, to our hands, gently allowing our arms, our biceps, our forearms, and our hands to gently relax. Continuing to breathe. Good, good. Bringing awareness up to the throat, the neck, the chin, the jaw. Just allowing the throat, the neck, the chin, and the jaw to gently relax. And from there, just bringing our awareness to the tongue. Even if you want, removing the tongue from the top of the mouth or keeping it there, whatever works for you. And bringing our awareness up to our cheeks, up to our nose, our eyes, our eyebrows, our eyelids, our forehead, just allowing our cheeks, our nose, our eyebrows, our eyelids, our forehead to gently relax. And bringing awareness to the top of the head, the back of the head. And again, with the breath, just allowing that to relax as well. And then from here, just bringing awareness to the entire body, the breath guiding you, just allowing yourself to feel what the stillness feels like. Good. And so as we continue to bring awareness through our breath, let us gently begin as we bring ourselves into the beginning of the story of this journey that we are on. So continuing to breathe gently, begin to imagine yourself in a forest once again. And standing there in one spot, we begin to bring awareness to the environment around us. And whereas in the past, many times we enter these journeys into a forest that may be rich and vibrant and green, now we enter into a forest that is in the midst of a winter. And so, standing in one spot with your imagination, let us begin to use our imagination to bring our senses into this environment, to allow ourselves to deepen our experience through the awareness of our sensations. So you can feel the cool air on your skin. And looking around, you can see the snow on the ground. And you see the trees are bare in their absence of leaves. And up above you in the tree line, you look up and you see the snow gently falling through the sky, drifting through the air, back and forth, back and forth. And above the tree line, above in the sky, you look and you see the moon illuminating the floor of the forest. You take a moment here to look at the moon in appreciation, connecting with it. Gentle inhale, breathing in the coolness of the air and also the cooling energy of the moon itself. And so still standing in one spot, bringing awareness through all your sensations, through not only what you can feel, but what you can smell, and what you can hear. And in this case, what you can hear is quite minimal. The sound of wind between the trees, the odd animal quietly making a noise at a distance. And before we get moving, let us imagine what it is that we are wearing in this moment. So given the situation of the environment, imagine yourself wearing a nice warm coat and nice warm boots that keep your feet dry, and even gloves to keep your hands warm, and a hood that you can pull over if you choose. And so standing here in this spot, let us bring awareness to the astral body that we are using through our imagination. Using your imagination, gently imagine moving your hands up in front of you while keeping your physical body still. And so looking at your hands, slowly begin to open and close the palms, moving the digits, doing this purely with your imagination, yet feeling what this feels like, making it as real as possible. keeping the integrity of your focus in the green. Good. And so also on you, you have a small satchel, and inside of it is a bottle of water and a small bag of nuts. And so if you want, you can choose to imagine yourself pulling out that canteen of water and taking a drink from it, feeling what the coolness of the water, extra cold because of the temperature, feels like moving down your throat. And then you can choose, whether you wish to or not, to have a small handful of the snack, of the nuts. And just imagining what that even tastes like in this moment, helping deepen this experience through the awareness of all of our senses. And so when you are ready, gently, we'll begin to start walking through the forest. And so with the first step, you feel the snow underneath the pressure of your boots, crunching and making an ever so satisfying sound and feel. The snow is a little bit higher than that of your boot. It's still enough to keep your feet warm. And so you continue to walk through the forest, imagining and bringing mindfulness into every step that you take, synchronizing yourself into the realness of this experience. And so you look around the forest, you look up at the trees, you see the fractal patterns of them, something that you're always in awe of, a reminder of the bigger picture that we are all a part of. And you move towards the moon, walking towards it, and soon you come to the edge of the forest. And as you do, you enter into a field. And within this field, you see the moon hanging up above you, looking at it, admiring it, even putting your hand to your heart, both physically or in your imagination, and taking another breath here. And within this moment, as you're exploring through the forests, you think to yourself about how nice of a night is tonight, and how nice of a night is to maybe even see a UFO, something that you hold with excitement within your heart. And so as you look up in the sky, the absence of clouds allows you to see the stars off in the distance. And you admire the scape of the space above you, allowing yourself to ponder the mystery of what it is that we are doing here on Earth, of perhaps the bigger story within the cosmos that we are only slowly beginning to awaken to. And so, as you're standing in the field, in awe just of the presence of the moon, of this moment, of the snow glistening the light off the moon, like small little crystals scattered across the ground and across the trees, you continue to walk as you exit the tree line of the forest. And with the moon up above you, you just gently continue to walk as you look down at the snow. You look down and you see the sparkling of it, appreciating this moment, allowing your sensations to bring you into this present moment as much as possible. And then, as you gently lift your head up from looking at the snow, you see, off in the distance, an opposite tree line from the field that you are in. And to your surprise, as your heart suddenly begins to beat a little bit faster, you see what appears to be a light shining from within the forest. It's hard for you to tell exactly what it is that you are looking at. And as your heart continues to beat, your curiosity encourages you to continue to go investigate. This light shining through the forest seems to be fluctuating, flowing, pulsating. As you continue to walk closer to it, you begin to see that within this light, there is actually a silhouette of some sort of form, of some sort of being. And so you continue to walk closer to it. And as you do, your heart continues to beat faster. You think to yourself, oh my God, is this it? Could this be it? Here I am standing in a field talking about wanting to see a UFO, and yet right in front of me, is this something? Could this be? And so as you continue to walk towards the light on the opposite tree line of the forest, you get closer and your eyes continue to squint. And as you do, your heart continues to race. The mystery of it draws you in. What is this? A figure silhouetted by a pulsating light, appearing in the forest, just out of your reach. And yet, as you slowly move closer towards the tree line, you realize, as you get closer, that what you saw was perhaps something a little bit less spectacular than what you originally thought it to be, as your imagination was playing tricks on you. As you get closer, you realize that perhaps this is nothing more than a person sitting at the edge of a fire that they are tending to within the woods. And so, as your heart slows down a little bit, realizing that no, this is not some alien glowing and stepping out of the woods to meet you. This is just another person within the woods. Yet you can't help but chuckle at yourself. And so, as you begin to walk closer, your eyes readjust. You can see clearly now the figure of the person. And you can see that the pulsating light reveals itself as the aura of a small fire pit. You allow the novelty of the situation to wash over you as you continue to chuckle. Because for a second there, you thought you were looking at an alien. And so as you begin to enter the tree line, you stealthily move yourself deeper into the forest, trying to get in closer to allow yourself to be parallel to the person at the fireplace, trying to be able to approach them, to possibly see who they are, and perhaps even to say hello. You slowly move your way through the tree line, imagining yourself as you enter into it, stepping over any branches, trying to be as quiet as possible. You get within about 15 meters, having not even made a single noise, trying to get yourself to the point where you can see the person's face, but they have a hood on as you get closer. And then you step on a branch. The sudden crack makes your heart race. Oh no, you think to yourself, there goes the element of surprise. The undeniable cracking sound gives you away. And then the person, without even moving, says to you, "It's okay. I already know you're there. Whoever you are, you're welcome to come use the fire if you'd like." And so your heart, beating only a moment ago, begins to slow down. And as you continue to walk closer to the fireplace, positioning yourself where you can approach the person to be able to see their face. As you get closer, approaching them from the side of the fireplace, you see that, as you suspected, they are definitely human. You walk up closer to the fireplace, And as you do, bringing your awareness to the sensations of the feelings of the heat of the fireplace, you walk up closer to it and you lift your hands so the palms are facing towards the fire, feeling the heat. What does this feel like? What are the sensations of this? Allowing the heat of the fire through your imagination to move down your hands and into the rest of your body. And as you are standing there, appreciating the fire, you say to the person, "Thank you." They raise their head to look up at you without even saying anything. Yet you see their face, their eyes, though you cannot tell what color they are gentle. Their features are soft. And so, as you take a moment there in silence, while the other person continues to tend to the fire, gently poking it with a stick, keeping the wood turning, you see the moon up above you, and you take another moment here to appreciate the sensations that you feel. The snow gently falling through the sky. And as you stand here in the company of a stranger, an overwhelming sense of gratitude fills your heart. The snow falling through the sky falls in a way that almost appears in slow-mo. If you focus hard enough, you can almost count every snowflake. And so you look at the person, clearly not distracted by you being there, seeking some form of connection. You say to them, in place of the silence, "So, what brings you out here tonight?" The person, still looking at the fire, they say to you, "Well, this may sound strange to you, but I'm actually here because I'm waiting for a UFO." Naturally, you smile a bit at the response. You say back to them, "That's funny. You're here looking for UFOs? I was thinking the exact same thing. I mean, the skies are pretty clear. It seems like a good night for it, especially with the full moon." Naturally, being curious, you decide to ask them, "So, if you're interested in UFOs, then you probably don't mind me asking, but what are your thoughts on them?" And so from there, you continue to move into a conversation with this stranger, with the hood still around their head, they tending to the fire, as you stand there with your palms still facing towards it, feeling the warmth, feeling the presence. You allow yourself to get comfortable as you sit down on a log adjacent to their position. The conversation that you have with them continues to unfold, and they say to you, "You know, a lot of people think that UFOs are just something that come from outer space, but there's another idea, one that I'm quite interested in." And you say to them, "What idea is that?" And so they say, "What if I were to tell you that some of the UFOs that we see actually come from right here on Earth?" Naturally, you become curious at this response. And they continue to explain to you. They say to you, "You see, there's an idea, one that not everyone has heard, and perhaps it's merely because it's been hidden from consciousness itself until the time when we are ready to remember it, to awaken to it." What idea is that, you say? Well, you may think I'm ridiculous for saying this, but you've probably heard of it. You've probably heard of a thing called Hollow Earth. Am I right? Naturally, You say to them, yes, I've heard of it. Maybe I don't know about it as much as you do. They continue to say to you, there's an idea, and you can believe it if you want. It's really just an idea. But some of the UFOs are actually part of a collective, of a group of what people may recognize as aliens, yet are also a collective of what others would recognize as ancients, and in some cases, even angels. Within the hollow earth, there's a place where many of them continue to live as they have for thousands of years. Their role, much in the same way that humans have many roles, their role is to remain, in many cases, unseen, yet to be able to assist where they can, to assist where they may. You're curious in this response. Some of it is entirely new to you. The idea of a collective, not just one group of aliens, but an assortment of many species working together for the betterment of mankind, hidden within the earth itself. The person says to you, this group, if you were to call them anything, you can think of them as the Watchers. And so, this conversation continues for a bit, and you're naturally curious to learn more about what this person has to share. And as the continuation of the conversation moves on, eventually the person says, actually, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you arrived. The reason I came here was to see who else would join me. If you're interested, I can show you too. Show me what? You ask them, you say to them, a little perplexed. Well, what if I were to say to you that I'm not human in the way that you think a human normally is? Suddenly your heart begins to beat. Your intuition from earlier. Perhaps you weren't entirely off. The person continues to explain, what if I were to tell you that I could actually show you, that I could actually take you to the city within Hollow Earth, to Agartha? Your heart continues to race. A smile comes across your face. The luck of consciousness itself has led you into this place at this right time for this moment to unfold. Many moments leading up to this one alone. The person stands up on the other side of the fireplace, and they say to you, the time is quite perfect in this moment. And if you'd like, that UFO that I'm waiting for is going to be here any moment. So you're welcome to join me if you choose. You're a little perplexed by what exactly is being offered. And yet, when you stand up, and then the person standing where they are, they look over to you and they wait for your response. You think about it for a second and you say, okay, everything happens for a reason. And at this point, I'm curious to see what this reason may turn out to be. The person looks at you. They offer out their hand to meet yours. And you reach forward and you gently shake their hand. And they say to you, my name is Protoss. It's nice to meet you. Protoss. It's an interesting name, you think to yourself. The first? And so Protoss leads you out of the woods into the field that you were previously in. The moon still lingering in the sky high above you as you walk out from underneath the trees into the field. Protoss gently walking in front of you. And though the snow is deep, you gently step in the footprints that they are leaving behind. And so, as Protoss stands there, looking up at the moon, you join them, standing next to them. And you take another moment here to breathe in, your heart anticipating what is going to happen next. And then from there, Protoss says, just wait. You'll see it now. Any second. And so, as you look towards the moon, following Protoss's lead, you see up in the sky the stars behind the moon, the radiance of the moon itself shining down on you. Protoss stands there in silence. And then, you look as off in the distance, you begin to see what can almost be thought of as a mirage, your mind playing tricks on you perhaps. But it looks as if the stars are beginning to move, as if the sky is beginning to shift. And you look off into the horizon, above the tree line, underneath the moon, and you see a distortion in space moving through the sky above you. And then, on 3 points of this distortion, lights begin to emerge, soft and gentle white lights. These lights continue to move forward. Your heart continues to race. You think within this moment, stay mindful, continue to breathe, be present in this moment, trust in the process. Breathe, relax, be present. And so, as these 3 lights in the shape of a triangle continue to move off in the distance towards you, they eventually come to a point where, though not right over top of you, they align themselves in a triangle formation with the moon in the center. And then, as the 3 points begin to flicker and begin to shine brighter, you begin to see the emergence of a shape, the emergence of a craft. What you originally suspected as simply being perhaps a triangle-shaped UFO suddenly reveals itself. The triangle that you were seeing was merely the bottom of a more complex shape, a star tetrahedron, a Merkaba, 2 pyramid structures interlaced. And within what was once an empty sky, suddenly the shape emerges of this structure, of this craft. It has a blue ice iridescent glow to it, a transparent film, and an overly whelming sensation of awe fills your body. Protoss is silent within this moment. The craft, not even making any noise, hovers above you, merely 20 meters in front of you. Protoss looks back at you without saying anything, and then they walk towards underneath the bottom of the craft. You stand there at a distance, waiting for any further instructions. The giant Merkaba, in its blue ice indigo colors, illuminating as light, looking as if it is made purely out of lights. The awe of this moment filling your spirit, filling your heart, enriching your soul. The mystery is unraveling. And then from there, you begin to see a small blue point of light begin to radiate from the bottom point of the pyramid, from the bottom point of the craft. And a small helix begins to emerge below it, of spiraling blue light that moves out from the bottom in a double helix and down onto the ground, surrounding the spot where Protoss stands. The blue energy moving out of it looks almost like running water, or perhaps flames, blue flames in slow motion. And so from there, Protoss says to you, they say, this is where you get to make the choice. If you wish to join, I can show you something. This is an invitation, and you're here for a reason, but this is your journey. This is your free will. Listen to your heart, and if you feel called to do so, you can join us. And so you think about this for a second, looking back up at the Merkaba floating in the sky above you, the moon hanging, the sense of the cold in the air, yet the warmth in your heart. You look forward and you see Protoss, and you still are reminded of a gentleness that not only reflected in their face and their eyes, but also in their heart. You feel an overwhelming sense of love, good intention. And so with another deep inhale, gentle exhale, you decide to make the choice, to step forward and to go and join Protoss underneath this craft, unsure of exactly what will happen, yet trusting in the process, allowing the psychedelic experience of this moment, the realness of it, to be felt viscerally. And so you walk towards where Protoss is standing, surrounded in the light. And then as you step into the light, you feel a slight sensation over your body, a tingling sensation that moves up your spine, and even the sensation of the heart opening and the third eye tingling as well. And Protoss looks at you, says, this is going to sound very simple. So all you have to do is just follow my lead. And so all Protoss tells you to do is gently to take your hands and place them over your heart. And so if you want, you can gently do that with your physical body, placing your hands on your heart. And then Protoss says, now simply open your heart, open your minds, let go of expectation, and look up. And so Protoss looks up in front of you, and you follow their lead as you gently lift your head up towards the bottom of the craft, into the middle of the spiral, the blue energy surrounding you in this moment. And as you look right into the middle of this blue spiral, you feel the reality around you begin to shift, begin to bend. Suddenly, you feel the sensation moving throughout your body as you feel a sense of movement come over you. And as you do this, though you feel as if your physical body is still in one spot, you feel as if your consciousness is moving deeper into this blue tunnel, moving through this fractal spiral as geometry begins to fill your vision. And you continue to move through this tunnel, feeling yourself pulled deeper and deeper as you feel a lightness overcoming your body. At this point, as you move through this blue spiral tunnel, no doubt it is further than what the distance of the craft was from the ground. And then, suddenly, as the white from the blue fills your vision, you flash and you open your eyes. And the first thing you notice, before your eyes even begin to focus, is the sensation of lightness within your body. You open your eyes and you look around, and you see Protoss floating in front of you. And then you realize that you too are floating. You're inside of the craft. You're inside of the Merkaba in this moment. Protoss allows you to get comfortable and allows you to situate yourself to this environment. Though this is new, it feels very similar, familiar, like being underwater, even reminiscent of being back in the womb. A warmthness comes over your body, no longer feeling the cold temperature of the air around you from the winter's breeze. And then from there, you allow yourself to get situated. You realize where it is that you are. You are inside of a UFO right now. And the inside is by no means a reflection of the scale of the outside. From the outside, the size of it looked maybe no wider than meters. Yet the inside seems much bigger, a space that you have plenty of room to float around in. Protoss continues to explain to you. You see, when it comes to UFOs, there are many different types. This one is known as a Merkaba, a light body vehicle. It in itself is its own sentient intelligence. Much like how the trees have consciousness, the rocks have consciousness, the insects, the waters, much how all of it has consciousness, so does this craft. And its purpose is created to help us travel. To travel not just within physical dimensions, but also to the realms that cannot simply be reached through physical transportation alone. You allow this information to sink in. A truth to it rings deep within your heart. There are many types of UFOs. This is just one. Protoss, before you even begin moving in the UFO, says to you, "We'll take you soon. I'll fly you to where we have to go. But before we do, let me show you something cool, but only real quick. Anything longer than that, and it may be too much." Protoss explains to you that you can actually connect your consciousness with that of the ship, with that of the sentience of the craft. And so, Protoss, floating behind you, gently takes their finger and places it on the back of your lower neck. Their hand is warm, and as they do, explains to you, gently close your eyes. What you're going to experience is the way how the craft sees reality itself. And so, as you close your eyes, suddenly you feel yourself almost falling backwards. And yet, as you do, you pull through another layer of consciousness. And as you come out of it, you realize, as your vision adjusts, that you are now seeing in full 360-degree vision. Still floating above the forest that you were in not too long ago, you look down at the tree line, you look down at the snow, and you look up at the sky. The scope of this sensation and this perception fills your body. The awe in this moment, allowing it to open your heart even more. Humans, as great as they are, perhaps many of them do not realize the limit through which they see. There are many spectrums. This is just one of many. And so as you take a moment here to look around in 360-degree vision, seeing up at the sky, up at the stars, up at the moon, even seeing the forest and the fire that is still within it, gently getting smaller. Protoss says, take one more breath here, and then that will be enough for now. And so you take another gentle breath here, connecting with the moon, connecting with all of your environment, connecting with the scope of your consciousness as it opens up to these experiences. You breathe, gentle inhale, exhale. Protoss gently removes their finger from the back of your head. Your eyes blink, and with a softness, you return your vision back to the way it normally was. And so, from here, Protoss explains to you. He says, get yourself nice and comfortable. It's going to take a few moments to get there, but you'll be able to enjoy the view while we do. And so Protoss, floating in the air still within the ship, and inside the ship, as your eyes adjust, though the outside was blues and whites and indigos, the inside is more reflective of reds, oranges, greens, and still blues as well, a warmthness to the inside of the ship. And so Protoss allows themselves to sit in the lotus position, floating in space, floating within the ship. And they invite you to do the same. And as you do, you sit next to them, up at what you can only presume is the front of the craft. And then from there, you feel very little, yet you see through your perception that the craft is beginning to rise up higher into the sky as the forest down below gets smaller and smaller. The smoothness of the craft doesn't feel like you're moving at all, as if you're merely just sitting there watching the screen in front of you, yet the screen is not a screen, for the entire inside of the ship is completely transparent from your perspective. And so from there, Protoss, from what you understand, begins to pilot in collaboration and cooperation with the ship. And they begin to fly it over top of the forest. And as they do, you look down below and simply allowing within this meditation to take in the perceptions of what the earth looks like from this high up. As you gently fly over top of the forest, assuming that you are invisible to any of those on the ground, you see as the forest continues to move below you, streams and fractals revealing themselves in the patterns of the macro from your perception. And you continue to fly further, and eventually you see the lights of a city below you, of a small town. And down below you, you look and you take in the moment of awe. You see just the scale and the fractal patterns as well within the city of what the humans look like from this perception. And as you continue to fly, the speed of the ship, though hard for you to determine, is undeniably moving faster than you would suspect any airplane to be able to. And so as you continue to fly high above the horizon, you see more of the earth and the surface below moving underneath you, more cities, more lights from the night. And then as you continue to fly through the space in this ship, allowing yourself to breathe through this experience, feeling yourself to just be grateful in this moment, the uniqueness of it, and thanking yourself for making the choice to step into this journey, and still excited about the mystery that is ahead. As Protoss continues to guide the ship, you see off in the distance the immersion of light on the horizon. As you continue to move, you realize that you have moved so far that you're beginning to move to the other part of the earth where the sun is becoming visible. And as you do this, you look off into the distance and you see basically what is a sunrise in fast motion relative to your movements. And the sun emerges and the light shines through the craft, illuminating the inside of it like a crystal. The colors of it warm your spirit, warm your heart. And as you look down below, you see the mountains and you see the light filling up the atmosphere. Just the scale of this is incredibly beautiful, incredibly magical. And then you look below you and you see the water of a large ocean with the sun still off in the horizon. You continue to look as Protoss guides the ship closer to this giant body of water. It's hard for you to tell exactly which body of water it is. And so as Protoss continues to fly the ship, it keeps getting closer and closer to the water. Protoss says to you, "It's okay, don't worry. There's a lot of entrances to where it is that we are going. One that many humans would never be able to find." And so as you skim closer to the water, you see the reflection of the sun on it. And then slowly, the craft itself moving at a speed hard for you to fully imagine, begins to enter into the water. And then, before you know it, it is completely submerged, as you are now underneath the water, moving as fast as you were within the sky. And the ship continues to move through the water. And as it does, you see the fish below, and you see the landscapes of the surface of the bottom of the ocean beginning to emerge themselves. And for a moment, you almost forget that you are underneath water, for it feels as if you are in space itself. And then, as you continue to move yourself through the water, you continue to see more of the other species underneath it, even flying by a small school of dolphin, taking a moment to just remember that perhaps the dolphin knew about this all along as well. And so as you continue to soar through the ocean, going deeper and deeper and deeper into it, eventually you enter into what can only be thought of as a small tunnel, a small cavern. And as you enter into this cavern, the water continues to fill around your ship, continues to move all through it as you continue to move faster and faster through this small tunnel, barely even bigger than the width of the ship itself. And as you do this, you feel a sensation come over you, one that is not simply just governed by the speed itself, but you feel a shift within your energy, as if perhaps this tunnel isn't just something physical, but is actually more hyperdelic than you can even comprehend. And so, as you continue to fly through the underwater, Protoss, in their silence and in their confidence, continues to govern the ship, continues to fly it. And as you do, you look through the deep end of this tunnel and you see a light at the end of it. Again, it's hard for you to even tell that you're underneath water at this point. And as you see the light at the end of this tunnel getting closer, you can feel the vision of your perception beginning to shift as fractals begin to fill your vision, as spirals continue to move around you, as this white light continues to move closer. And as you reach through the end of the tunnel, the white light emerges, and as you do, you smash through this white light, and the flash of the white is suddenly dampened and lessened and revealed as your vision adjusts, and you open your eyes and you look around you and you see, as you exit from a waterfall, you are now somewhere completely different. The brightness of that tunnel was the brightness of the space that you are now in. You look down around you as you enter into Hollow Earth. The scope of this moment fills your heart. Down below, you see a city off in the distance as your craft continues to fly through the sky. You see a single city surrounded by many paths leading to it. You see waterfalls off in the distance. You see mountains surrounding. The scale of this space, larger than your mind can even comprehend. And as you continue to soar through this space like something out of a science fiction story, or perhaps this is where the science fiction stories got it from, you look and you realize again that inside of here, it is day, it is daylight. And as you look up to the sky, you see clouds filling the sky, yet above them, you see what you can only recognize as a sun behind the clouds. And so, Protoss, allowing you to adjust into this moment as you feel the sensations of it, you feel any activation, you feel the overwhelming awe of this moment as you fly around through this space. You see other crafts. You are now suddenly in what can only be thought of as a metropolis, as a highly alive place hidden right here within the earth. And Protoss says to you, says, "Welcome to Agartha." And as Protoss flies the ship on an angle, you look down to your right as you see the city in the middle, As you see crafts coming and going from it, you see people walking around down below, the scale of it. And in the middle of the city, you see what can only be thought of as a temple, as a pyramid-like structure. And you see an energy shooting up from the pyramid, connecting through the clouds and into the sun up above. Protoss continues to fly the ship around inside of this space. And eventually, Protoss gently lands the craft at the edge of water near a port where others are coming and going as well. And then, as the craft gently brings itself down onto the ground, Protoss invites you to step out of the craft. And as you follow them, you gently just allow yourself to slowly almost slide your way out of the craft, like exiting out of a pool of jello. And the craft gently lifts back up into the sky as you place your feet back onto the ground, Protoss standing in front of you, and you look back and you see the Merkaba floating back up into the sky, doing whatever it is called to do in that moment. And then from there, you simply look around again, taking in the scope and the scale of where it is that you are. This magnificent space, pure magic, pure awe, incredible, amazing. You look around again as you see different crafts flying through the sky above you. You feel as if you're in the future. Yet as Protoss explained, this place is ancient. And so Protoss says, come on, follow me. We're going to go take you to the council. You're the reason that I was in that forest. And I was said to come bring you back. The council, you think to yourself. Naturally, you're interested and intrigued. And so as you walk towards the center of the city, away from the port, you see other beings going about their life, going about their way of being. Some of them look human, much like you and Protoss, yet others in different forms. You see those who are smaller than human, almost elf-like in their nature, or perhaps they are elf in their nature. You look around and you see some beings that are less of a humanoid form and more of simply a being of light floating gently above the ground. You even look and you see some beings who have the characteristics of that of what we would recognize as a reptilian, simply going about their ways. Clearly, they've been living here for quite some time. And as you continue to walk, you see more creatures, each one recognizing perhaps as something that you've seen within the remnants of pop culture or heard about in fantastical stories. And then, as you continue to walk closer towards the city, you enter into it and you see people going about their days, and you take in the awe of the architecture, an ancient architecture. The curves, the symbols on it seem so familiar, so fantastical. Clearly, not just one culture, but almost an amalgamation of many. And as you continue to walk through the streets, to your amazement, up in front of you, you see, and you had to double check, is that what I think it is? You look, and yes, you see two large, hairy, humanoid beings. Those that you commonly think of as Sasquatch, simply walking around, going about their business, talking with one another. As they walk past you, you look up towards them, each one between 7 and 10 feet tall. You're just in awe of this moment. And you say to yourself, I knew it. I knew they were real. You take a moment here to laugh as you feel the excitement fill your spirit. Protoss looks back at you and smiles. From there, you see a special building that you're walking towards. Not the center building, but another one. One that is recognized as a chamber for a council. Protoss explains to you. They say, we're going to go inside. They're going to say whatever they need to say to you. And then from there, they will decide what will happen next. I'm glad you came. I'm glad you chose to be here. A sense of warmth and gratitude fills your heart. You're grateful that Protoss has led you to this moment. And so as you enter in through the doors of this chamber, into this council, through the main lobby, you see people going about their business. You're unsure of exactly what everyone is doing here. Some of them living, some of them planning, almost as if this is operating much like it would any corporation or business that we as humans are familiar with. Yet perhaps that is where we get our models from. And so, as you walk through the lobby, you enter in through the doors of the main chamber. Protoss, walking in front of you, steps onto a symbol on the floor. You gently wait at the edge. They stand there. And surrounding them, you see 13 figures looking round, slightly elevated. And Protoss says to them, and they say, my fellow council members, my friends, my family, I bring you the one who hears the call. I bring you the one who chose to be here in this moment. And so from there, you gently allow yourself to step into the circle so that you can be seen by the council members. Each one of them looking at you, and each one of them looking unique in themselves. Again, some of them appearing to be humanoid, some of them humanoid with slightly eccentric features, with white eyebrows and white hair. Some of them pure beings of light. Some of them looking like that of an elf from a fantasy story. And even seeing those who again appear as a reptilian, and even those who you'd recognize as some other form of alien creature. One of the council members says to Protoss, they say, thank you, Protoss. Thank you for bringing them here. Since you are council member amongst us, we give you the privilege of sharing with them more of what it is, more of the bigger story that has led them to be here in this moment. Protoss looks up and says, of course, I understand. Protoss turns around and looks back at you. You look at Protoss, and again, in this moment, just taking in your environment, taking in the scope, you are in Agartha. You are in the Hollow Earth. You are in a place that is very real, yet is still shrouded in mystery. Protoss looks towards you and says to you, you have many questions. And though there are those that I will be able to answer now, many will be revealed in time. As I said, we are a group that to many do not exist, that to many remain hidden. We are the Watchers. When people think about aliens and they think about extraterrestrial beings, it is common for them to place that perception off-world. Yet we here are a collective of many species, of many intergalactic beings who have been here on this planet for quite some time. You have heard in your stories the legends of Atlantis and the legends of Lemuria. Let me expand on that further by explaining to you. that though your story leads you to believe that they were in fact destroyed, that is not the whole truth. For many of us, myself included, at the moment of Atlantis' transition, we continuously allowed ourselves to live on by moving our inhabitants into this space. For it too existed before Atlantis even began. In this space of Agartha, this is where we pass on the wisdom that can help shape this world for all beings. And so Atlantis is not destroyed, but rather it lives on here through Agartha and through the wisdom that we are here to pass on to you. Our objective is to help assist with the natural process of the evolution that the planet is going through in this moment in time. We cannot allow ourselves to commonly be seen, for if we did, it would infringe upon the free will of many humans, for many of them simply are not ready to know that we exist, even though we are quite real. Many of our species have lived through eons, many of us even being at war with each other at times. Yet out of this, we allow our indifferences to fall aside, as we allow ourselves to step into companionship and collaboration as sentient cosmic citizens. You as humans, you are here to follow not only in our footsteps, but to be able to make your own path as well. The reason you are here is because you are to be what you can think of best as an ambassador, a bridge, a conduit, and a guardian for this knowledge. For the knowledge that this reality is not as cut and dry as it appears to be. That humans are not the only beings here on Earth. That consciousness is much more multidimensional than many would have you led to believe. Yet within this space of understanding our multidimensional nature, we allow ourselves to awaken to our potential to co-create within this shared experience. Humans have been living under the illusion that their physical reality is only governed by that of matter. Yet, when they awaken to understand that it is thought that governs matter, and thus thought that governs reality, that they will be able to rise above the demons that hold them back, and to open their hearts into the potential that they have to create. The wisdom in this is knowing that even the darkness is light, that the light in itself is love, and that your role is to help others awaken to that light within themselves. Your role is to continue to allow others to open up to the bigger story that we are all a part of. And so, Guardian, Dream Guardian, Light Guardian, Love Guardian, we ask you, in this moment, you have heard the call, and we ask you to continue to step forward with this duty, to find the others who are continuing to awaken, to plant the seeds that will continue to grow into the trees of tomorrow. Every action makes a difference, and we invite you to bring the intention of the collective into your action. For we as the council can only reach so far. Our objective, like you, is to be an ambassador for a higher truth and to invite you sovereignly to make the choice yourself to be able to step into this role. And so, on behalf of the council, I ask you, will you step into this role? Will you be an emissary of light, a light guardian? Those who will help write the future that we are living in right now. You allow the words to sink in, the scale of it. In your heart, you can feel the innate interconnection between Protos's words and a deeper truth, opening up to a bigger story that we as humans are still a part of this council, that we, throughout our history, have been invited to be involved with it in many ways. And now, at this point, many of us are awakening to this duty and this honor out of our own free will. You allow yourself to breathe, gentle inhale and gentle exhale. As you look down at the ground, you think for a second, any thoughts you need to. You allow yourself to feel in the excitement. And as you look up towards Protos and the council, you say to them, I will do this. I choose to do this. This is why I am here, to make this choice, not just for myself, but for those whose lives I can reach as well. The council, looking at you in silence, feeling the strength in your words, feeling the confidence in Protos's guidance. Protos says to you, thank you for more than you know, for more than you can even imagine. Then from there, one of the council members speaks up and they say to Protos, they say to them, very well, Protos, thank you for bringing this human to us. Know that there is much more mystery for them to awaken to. And that will happen within their own pace, within their own time. And so let them carry the inspiration of a story that has been going on for eons. We here amongst the council, we here in Agartha have existed throughout the ages. You see remnants of us throughout culture. And though many of our tales have fallen upon the winds of myth, we do not ask you to simply convince others that we are real, but simply allow them to open their heart to the truth that is already inside. Protos, you are welcome to take them to the crystal activation chamber. Go now and meet us soon. We will gather again at the temple. For there, we will complete with our meditation. And then from there, Protos looks back at the council and thanks them. They turn back towards you, and you follow Protos out of the chamber, back into the streets, your heart beating, allowing yourself to feel what it is that you are in right now, this bigger story. You look around again as you see a craft flying above you, reminding yourself of where you are, a place that only few humans have been led to believe. You ask Protos, how many humans have ever been to Agartha? Many, they say. Those who do often speak very little of it. Those who speak of it are often called crazy. But times are changing now. This story was one that was hidden. And as I said before, I feel that it is a story that we hid from ourselves. And now we are ready for it. We are ready for this to become a part of our narrative. We are ready for us to be aware of the Watchers and of our role that we play in assisting. Remember, Protoss says to you, you use the words humans. You use that word quite flexibly. For you see, I am human too. You are human. That person over there is human. All of the beings inside of the council, they're all human. Human does not just mean what you recognize as a human being, but rather we are all the hues of mana, the hues of many color. The true test is being able to see beyond the vehicles that we travel within, and knowing that beyond the illusion of the physical, we are all persons. We are all of the sun. We are all light. Of course, you remember, humans, hues of mana, persons of the sun. That's so simple. That in itself is an idea that can be shared with others, reminding them of what it means to truly be human, to see the humanness in all other beings. Protoss says to you, they say, come, we'll go to the activation chamber. And then from there, we'll move and we'll meet them at the temple for a closing meditation. So as you continue to walk through the streets, Protoss guides you to another building. And inside of this building, you enter into it. And though within this building, unlike the previous chamber, there's less people here, Protoss explains to you. And they say, here, take these with you. Protoss hands you 2 crystals, one for each hand. The crystals themselves encased in a small little design with a sphere on the end of them, on the inside. Each one illuminated an iridescent color of a blue and a purple. What you're going to do is you're going to hold on to these. You're going to enter into the space of the chamber. And when you do, you're going to enter into a void space. Within this void space, you're going to allow yourself to see beyond this present moment. And you're going to allow yourself to listen to what it is that you are here to do. Each one of us has a unique part to play within this story, and each one of us has a very important role. Each one of us carries unique keys. So Protoss walks you towards the entrance of the individual activation chamber. As they open the door, you enter into a room that can only be thought of as pure white. Protoss stands there with their hand on your shoulder, and they explain to you, now hold on to the crystals, one in each hand. And what you're going to do is allow yourself to feel the pulse moving through your body. And with your eyes closed, allow yourself to connect with your breath. And as you do this, allow yourself to simply bring your focus into a single point of stillness and listen. Listen to the answer of the question that you can choose to put forth to the universe. This is a chance for you to communicate with the bigger part of yourself, the part that exists beyond this present moment, to download the inspiration that is already inside of you for the story that you are creating. You are here in this space to ask the universe to show you not only who you are, but who you are becoming. knowing that your story is still unfolding. And so, as you continue to breathe, Protoss gently lifts their hand off of your shoulder. And within this space, your eyes are closed. And yet soon, Protoss, though you're not sure exactly where they are, their voice is still in your head. Your vision fills with white. And as you do this, allow yourself to connect with your breath. Gentle inhales and gentle exhales. With the crystal still in your hand, put forth the question to the universe. You can say, "Show me who I am. Show me who I am becoming." And so as you continue to breathe within this moment, allow this meditation to continue within your own silence as you listen within this space, reminding yourself that you are deep within the heart of Agartha. You are the echo of those who have been part of this story, shifting the planet, awakening to the inner heart, the inner mind. And so feeling any sensations in your heart opening, your eyes, your third eye, continue to breathe here and listen. Listen to what the universe has to share with you. Who are you? And who are you becoming? What can you do to help change the world? Big and small, because small is big. So continue to breathe here, gentle breaths, and continue to connect here for the next few moments in your own silence in this void space, allowing any images to fill your mind, allowing to connect with your higher self. Breathe, gentle inhales, gentle exhales. Continue to breathe, continue to listen, continue to practice this meditation within the space of the void. Breathe. So continuing to breathe, continuing to connect with your breath, bringing your awareness back to your breath. So allowing yourself to feel in this space, acknowledging whatever it was that might have come to mind, the little things that you can do to help make the big difference, the love that you can bring into this world each and every single day. Connecting with the breath, feeling this moment. Good. Protos's voice comes into your head as you feel their hand gently upon your shoulder. And they simply say to you, "You're doing great. And thank you. Every moment that you invite yourself to grow, you are helping all of those around you also grow. So thank you, more than you know, for who you are, for what you have done, and for all that you are becoming." And then, using Protos's guidance, you gently allow yourself to regain your focus back to where you are, as Protos gently leads you out of the activation chamber and back out into the main foyer of the building you are in. Protos explains to you, and they say, "Do not worry about trying to explain what it was that you might have heard or what you might have saw. Many cases when we do meditation like that, we are simply inviting ourselves to download information that our higher self has to share with us, has available for us. And though we may not feel like we remember everything in that present moment, much of it will continue to activate and become clear over time." Protos then leads you out of the street. And from there, as time is slowly coming to an end within your moments here in Agartha, Protos leads you towards the temple in the middle of the city. As you walk towards it, you look up at it, the scale of it. You see crystal pillars surrounding it, and a crystal point at the top of it, a pyramid-like structure with a light emitting, shooting up into the sky, through the clouds, connecting to the inner sun. You enter into this temple. The space in the air of it shifts as you feel a sense of awe. As you enter into this temple, you enter into a large room, much like a stadium, and you see people already engaging in a collective meditation. And in the middle of all of these people, as they face towards a center point, is a massive crystal, one bigger than you could possibly even imagine. And this crystal is older than you can even know. Protos explains to you, and they say, that crystal is connected right with the heart of the earth. And through amplifying our intentions of love, it connects our words, our thoughts, with the actions that we carry out. The intention that we put into this meditation has the ability to affect the entire world, to affect the many parallel realities and the many timelines. And so Protos invites you into the stadium inside the temple, and you find a place where you can align yourself perfectly with it. And Protos sitting next to you, everyone around you, allowing them to do their own form of meditation, yet collectively synchronizing together. You feel a slight sway coming over your body as you feel the energy of everyone around you slowly creating what feels like a cyclone, a spiral of energy moving throughout the crowd in a circle. And from there, you look over and you see Protoss. And you see them with their eyes closed. And you choose to focus your intention, eyes open, on the crystal. And in this moment, Protoss explains to you, use this space to project your intention. Use this space to project your love. In this moment here, put forward all the love that you wish, all the love that you can, and send it out into the heart, into the heavens, into the everywhere that is. And so, as you take a moment here, just allow yourself to focus on this connection of this scenario, the giant crystal in front of you. The pulse of it synchronizes with the pulse of your own heart. And even putting your hands on your heart once again, allowing any sensations of awe to allow you to fill your heart. Just continue to breathe. In this space, you can almost imagine the thoughts of everyone being projected visually towards the center crystal, spiraling around it as energy, as it accumulates to a single point at the tip, and then emits itself as a beam of light up through the roof of this temple into the sky. You feel so much of the fact that you have never been alone, that these beings here within Agartha, as many of them come and go, are sharing in the journey that you are a part of too. The ongoing journey of being able to bring balance, of being able to bring the love into this world to wherever it is needed. And so, as the crowd continues to sway, you hear them begin to enchant through a mantra of an Om, and you join in them on the next one. In these last moments here in Agartha, filling your heart, allowing the magic to fill this moment. And so a gentle breath, deep, and then Om together with the entire crowd. So inhale together, all of us. And Om. You continue to breathe as you look around, even seeing familiar faces, those of other light guardians here on Earth that you recognize. You see them as they smile back at you. All of us here within this moment, all of us who are part of this story, connected through the heart in this moment. And you even feel the presence of those who at times you thought might you never see again. You can feel them with you as you bring in another breath into an Om, two more together. So as you Om, allow your intentions to be carried on your vibration towards the crystal, towards this form of ancient magic, technology, transformation. Deep inhale together, then Om. Good. Together now, one more Om, putting as much love as you choose to into it. Looking over, you see Protoss. You look at them, overwhelmed just by the sheer beauty of their being, seeing them as a source of inspiration, seeing yourself as your own source of inspiration. Continue to breathe one more Om together. Inhale deep. Exhale. Good, good. And as you do this, a smile comes over your face. And as people suddenly begin to make more noises off in the distance, you begin to hear cheers and yells and animal noises as people burst into exhilaration and celebration. All of these people here celebrating not only the task, but the dance of the journey that we are all on. Yip, 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 yip. People making noises, you join in with them, even making them out loud if you choose to, allowing yourself to make any noises and inviting you to even howl in this moment, reminding yourself of your connection with the moon, though above the surface, still bright and connected to your heart. You feel the spirit of the wolf filling you, allowing you with the inspiration and the courage and the excitement to step into whatever it is that this journey may have for you, knowing that it is there to open you, to make you stronger, to allow you to help others do the same. You howl again once more. The entire temple erupts as people standing and now dancing around. Protoss looks over at you with a smile. You look at them with a smile as well. And then you give them a hug and you thank them. And they gently hug you back. You feel the heart in this moment. You feel the expansion. You feel the gratitude and the love. And so, as the celebration continues, Protoss and you gently leave from out of the temple, yet you look back one more time, this crystal pulsating in the middle, the magic of it, reminding yourself to remember this when you return. Protoss, as you and him walk back towards the port to return to the Merkaba that you came within, Protoss says thank you again for choosing to be here. I know that your story is one that is going to change this world, that your actions will help open the hearts of everyone who you touch. You're more powerful than you know. Your story is incredible. And though I may not know exactly who or what you may become, I am honored to know who you are now. And then from there, as you and Protoss walk your way back to the ship, Protoss says to you, by the way, your friend Merlin, he sends his regards. He would have been here, but there's somewhere else that he needed to be. He said that there was someone he needed to find, someone who you knew, who you know. The curiosity and the mystery fills the back of your mind. As you continue to walk, Protoss invites you into the ship. You enter back into it as you leave up through the sky of Agartha, and you exit up through another hole, not the same one that you came in, but before you do, you look back down again at the scale and wonder of this space that you had the honor and the opportunity to exist within. And Protoss reminds you, remember, this is just what it's like here on Earth. Other planets, other galaxies, there's much more out there. And perhaps I'll get the chance to show it to you sometime. And so, as you leave Agartha, the image of it stays in your mind, the magic of it. And soon enough, Protoss, flying the ship as fast as it can go, arrives to the same field where you originally stepped onto it. And then from there, you exit out of the ship, and Protoss exit out with you. You walk back to the fire pit, and as you do, you look behind you, and you see the Merkaba slowly becoming invisible again. Protoss and you sit around the fire pit, taking any more moments that you need. Just allow yourself to adjust. Allow yourself to feel the gratitude, and allow yourself to feel the inspiration that you have to continue the mission, remembering the words of the Watchers, remembering that they are here to help, as much are you as well. You look at Protoss again, thanking them for this journey that they have taken you on. And they remind you that this was the choice that you created for yourself, and that this is only just the beginning. Protoss says to you that we will see each other again, and you can always find me, from one dream to another. From one dream to another, you say back to them. You give them a hug, and as you do, Protoss gently places their forehead against your forehead, and you feel an overwhelming sense of compassion, of unity, and of love. And with another deep, gentle breath, you open your eyes. And then, it's just you, alone, yet never alone. Protoss is no longer there, yet you know you will see them again. As you sit around the fire, you allow yourself to gently bring your awareness back to your physical body. As you begin to transition, and we begin to conclude this meditation. So bringing in all that you experience, all the excitement, all the joy, all the wonder, all the inspiration to continue your mission as a light guardian, as an emissary of love, knowing that you're part of a bigger story, that the mystery is still unfolding as we speak. Imagine yourself sitting around the fire, gently breathe, connect with your breath, and slowly, when you're ready, bring your awareness back to your physical body at your own pace. Continuing to breathe. And when you're ready, gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. And when the time is right, open your eyes and return your awareness to the space around you.
So allow yourself to continue to breathe. Take your time. Come back. Thank you, everyone, so much for being able to share that journey here together tonight. That was so special. And as people just allow themselves to slowly bring their awareness back to the space around them, you guys can gently leave some comments in the chat when you're ready. And thank you again to Brendan from 2016. You're welcome, Brendan. That worked out pretty well, I think. So beautiful. Awesome. If that meditation was something special for you guys, go ahead, leave an 1111 down in the comments, and we'll take a moment here just to be able to decompress and hang out for a little bit and chat about this and celebrate the full moon together for a little bit more. And yeah, I'm so glad you guys got to experience that. And that was the first time that I'd listened to that probably since 2016. I might listen to it in 2017, but it's been a while since I've listened to that, right? So even just for me to kind of go back and I'll just be like, oh, I'll just pretend I've never heard this before, right? Put myself in that. It was great. It was great. There are parts there where I'm just like thinking back, I'm like, oh man, like this is totally right up our cosmic alley these days, you know, open people up to ideas about galactic councils and, you know, lots to be able to explore there with those themes. And again, like I said, that was when I wrote that. So there's a whole process to, and thank you everyone so much for your comments in the chat. I'm seeing lots of love and lemons there. Yeah, go ahead, leave your feedback. What I actually want to be able to try doing is to be able to invite a few people on air by just asking them to be able to join the voice chat on Discord. That'll be for specifically for leading members. And if any of you who are tuned in right now, fellow leading members, if you guys want to jump over onto the Discord, you'll see the on-air channel. And if you guys want to be able to jump over on there, I'll see if it works properly. We'll run this as a bit of a test. But what I want to be able to do, since it's a full moon, we'll chill out here for a little bit. If you guys want to jump on there, we can just kind of invite you to be able to share some thoughts. I'll read some more from the comments. And then if any of the other fellow leading members, if one of you guys wants to host an additional Zoom after this, we can totally have like a little after party full moon hangout at there as well. So, and somebody else can host that, and I'll just be chilling out with you guys as well. But yeah, because I know a lot of us are just like, that was awesome, like let's keep partying, let's keep hanging out, right? So we can totally do that. We'll create a start and an end for this broadcast, and like I said, just to be able to have this opportunity to be able to read some of the comments. Again, if any of the leading members, I just created it, check the Discord, go to the voice channel, and you'll see the option to join the on-air channel. Try joining that, and if it works, it works, and we'll bring you guys on air if you guys want to be able to jump in. You can just leave a comment, be like, I'll do it. And any leading members, you guys are welcome to jump on. And it would just be your voice and stuff, so it's super easy. Reading some of the comments there, going all the way back. Thank you everyone again. Hot Hatch Dog saying intense. Wow. Jessica, thank you so much. Rasta, oh my god, that was amazing. Thank you so much everyone. Kevin, I figured Kevin would have liked that. Kevin, I mean, it was somebody's had so much awesome stuff that we were just like broadcasting today too. Casey, one lifetime. Wow. Lisa, thank you. 2016 Reddit, I feel waves of love and gratitude. Beautiful meditation 2016 Reddit thing. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome, guys. Beautiful. Amanda, I can't see my screen properly through the tears. Yeah, if you guys had any sacred tears during that, drop a 777 in the chat. If you guys cried at all during that, if it was, I was really able to enjoy the going into like the crystal chamber with the void space. That for me, that was very interesting. Kind of like seeing visions of the future and things like that. But yeah, no, it was honestly, it's so nice just for me to be able to kick back and hang out with you guys and be fully in that meditation with you and our big global meditation. Because like after all the meditations we've done Fridays on the regular, to go back to that, it's like, oh, let's do this. And then that visual of like this stadium of like a wave of people oming and kind of spiraling, you guys could feel that, right? A lot of when I was kind of going back and just visualizing it in this meditation, a lot of it I was almost like sometimes I'll do this, and you guys can do this when you meditate. It's more so in this case when it's like a story being written or told to you, where you can go back and listen to it, and you're almost kind of like imagining different camera perspectives. So it's like a panning camera, a floating camera that kind of allows you to see this space not just from first person perspective, but you're kind of like seeing yourself almost from third person while in the space and the environment. But yeah, there were some beautiful visuals during that broadcast. Here I am like reviewing my own meditation from 2016. I'm like, oh yeah, no, that was pretty cool. No, because straight up, it's very exciting for me to go back and to hear that. And this, if you enjoyed that, like the meditations that we do today, they're like what evolved into that. But the ones that we've done way back, there's many that I've done that are actually more of that format, the story format. There's quite a few that you guys would definitely want to go check out, and there might be some that one might bring back on air sometimes. There's one where I'll just let you guys know. There's one where you like meet Sasquatch, and that one's really cool. There's multiple ones with Merlin. There's another really cool one that it's hard for me to talk about without spoiling it. It's like the one that's really trippy. Yeah, but no, each one has like its own purpose and theme. I'll have to direct you guys to some of those, but the links for them are obviously in show notes, and you guys can always go back and watch those on your own time as well. Just reading some of the comments there. If nobody wants to jump up on Discord, that's fine. But if somebody wants to, if somebody here is available to host like an after party Zoom call, like one of the leading members, go ahead and let me know, and then we'll post that into the comments, into the chat for the other leading members within our Discord server. So that would be just for leading members. And Ab said, that was totally awesome. I received so many downloads. Thank you, Brendan. Thank you. And dropping the 777s there. Kevin says, that was mind and heart blowing. Heart blowing. I like that. That's mind blowing and heart blowing. That's a good way of putting it. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you everyone so much. Yeah. And again, at this point, get some food, get some fresh air, get us, just if you're ready to go to bed, take a shower, whatever you guys feel you need to do. Journal, reflect, meditate some more. Yeah, Z says, I don't see why or how any of that was not real. Exactly right. Like it's the, you guys, that's part of the idea, is that literally that wasn't just a story. Like reflecting on the power of what it is that we're creating here, it is this idea that yes, what I created was an experience, and so you experience that was your experience, and you still learned something from that. Like that became like a part of your experience. You have like a memory of that now. You know what I mean? Like each and every single one of you would be like, remember that one time when I went to Agartha and did that big group meditation and met that council, and they told me that I can be a light guardian? Like, it's some pretty powerful stuff, and again, it's really powerful to know that then created then is so powerful to be able to share now as well. It was my plan all along. No, even then, back then, I'm like, I'm creating videos, I'm creating content, I'm like, this is stuff that can be shared multiple times in the future. So okay, I'm just gonna go read through some of the final comments there, and then we'll wrap it up. Again, if anybody leading member, if one of you guys wants to jump on to say anything on air, you're more than welcome to, but I figure most of you guys are just like, I'm chill. Some of you might be even like so chilled out that like whether or not we end up doing a Zoom call, we'll see. Kaylee says, your imagery, Brendan. Wow. Thank you, Kaylee. Kevin says, going to sleep and dream now. Thank you, Brendan. So grateful for sharing space and oming with everyone. And Alex says, thank you so much. And earth and grounding. Absolutely beautiful. All right, team. I'm totally cool wrapping this up. That was the intention, to be able to set it up, to share it, to experience, and then just be able to chat about it for a bit, to be able to continue to send you many full moon blessings. There's a lot more to still be able to come within this journey. What we're doing in 2016 is still unfolding to this day, and you are part of that story. So thank you, each and every single one of you. Please feel free to leave any closing comments of gratitude, either just for myself or for the team, for the space, for the future, any additional message that you want to put out there to pump everyone up. Beautiful. All right, stand by, leading members. If someone wants to host that Zoom party, it's not like a party, it would just be like a Zoom hangout. We'll post that into the Discord channel as well. But yes, for now, we will wrap up this broadcast. Everybody go get some rest. Everybody go take it easy. Absorb this beautiful, like, it's Cancer full moon right now. So like feel the okayness of just being able to like go inside and rest and enjoy the home of your heart and enjoy the home of just being able to like be in your body as well. So yeah, and keep your heart and mind open to those ideas, and maybe intentions can be set in terms of being able to continue a lot of what we experience with that in dream time. Some of you may find that to be a part of your experience moving forward. I mean, yeah, man, why not? It's like, oh, my buddy Protoss, like you can connect to that, right? Like you could. It's a character, it's an archetype, it's a story. There's an energy there because it exists within you, but it's what it represents as well. Very, very meta, very, very powerful. I'm so grateful to be able to share with you guys. I'm glad you're able to appreciate it. All right, just reading some final closing comments here. Lisa, thank you. You're all absolutely beautiful. Thank you, everyone here, and thank you, Brendan. Thank you, Lisa, as well, one of our newer leading members as well. Kaylee said, I love the initial plot twist with the fire. Totally got me. Haha, really put me into the story build. Thank you. Yeah, did you guys like the slow build? Honestly, the slow build's what makes it, though. But you're right. You can go back into the story and be like, oh, like there's like because I wrote this story, right? Like that's I was going to mention it before, just for, I know some of you are interested naturally just in like the creative process. Yeah, when I do those story meditations, it takes time. It's like writing a novel almost. It's writing a short story, and then I find a way to be able to perform it. But I don't literally write out everything. I write out like point form. It's like, and then you do this, and then you do this, and then you do this, and then a lot of it when I'm doing because those were originally broadcasted live, right? Is me just kind of in the moment and just kind of explaining it intuitively with detail and with cadence and with that, again, that intention. And it works. Yeah, that's something I hope you guys being able to experience that. If that was kind of, because I know a lot of you haven't been following me since 2016 or just have even seen some of the other styles of meditation that we do, though a lot of you are familiar. I hope that also inspires you, specifically leading members, to be able to, you know, bring that inspiration into your own meditations in terms of the what you could really create with a story meditation. You could, like, you, and a lot of you are doing this, and so we can keep expanding on this, you know, this power of turning almost like a theatrical performance into a meditation as well, and creating something very special, which was a big part of what that is. And even just like the mixing and the music and stuff like that, that adds an extra layer to it. There's some epic ones, there's some big story ones, there's multiple ones that we've done that actually have like big like wizard battle scenes, like straight up, like it's almost like Lord of the Rings level stuff that happens, and those ones are specifically created with the symbolic intention of being able to activate like the guardian, dream warrior, dream guardian, light guardian archetype once again. So cool. Okay, team, let's get close to wrapping this up. Again, if one of the leading members, if you guys want to host a chill Zoom thing afterwards, please feel free to let us know. I know Sifu probably would have done it, but I'm sure he's gone to bed by now. But nonetheless, we'll make some more time just to be able to chill out casually. And if the call is just everybody chill out for the full moon, then that's totally cool with me as well. So beautiful. I like that. Ross is saying I feel the connection to Protoss. Yeah. No, it's really cool. I'm glad you guys like the character Protoss, and I'd be curious to imagine what you guys visualize Protoss as, because I didn't explain much about what they looked like, and I also didn't even like use like a gender pronoun. If you go back and listen to it, you'll actually notice that Protoss is always referred to as either Protoss or they. So, even though the voice is like my voice, right? So, Kaylee says, I love the initial. Oh, I already read that. Ab says, I was going to say, I feel like my dreams are going to be insanely cool. Yeah, like in your dreams, just like imagine going into the field, lighting the fire, go out into like Merkaba craft appears, go into the craft, go to Hollow Earth and stuff. It's interesting for me to listen to that now, because even having done the recent podcast that we did. So if you guys are fans of the Hollow Earth theory, I would definitely encourage you to go back and check out the previous podcast that we did about spiritual wisdom of Hollow Earth. There's a lot of information there. And there's some paradigms that I had shifted, or just ideas that back in 2016, I can tell like my perception was a little bit different now looking back on Hollow Earth. And not that it doesn't apply what I talked about. I perhaps would have explained things in a much more like kind of like multi-dimensional way, but it still was. Nor did this one necessarily need to be, which I think was also the significance of it. That version of it telling about the Hollow Earth feels accessible, you know, like as if it is like it is something physically, but it's also multidimensionally. So very fascinating. So yeah, well, I hope Richard Byrd would be proud of that story. That's the man who like went to Hollow Earth and came back with a message. And their message from like the Hollow Earth people was like basically like wanting to be able to like create like a healthy relationship between the two and stuff like that, and helping each other. So cool. All right, team, are you guys ready to wrap this up? I'm ready to wrap this up. Let's go call it a night. We got lots more stuff happening in the community. We got a regular team meditations Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Links for those are through the Discord. So if you haven't joined the Discord yet, join the Discord. If you join the Discord and you're looking to be able to get access to the public channel, send me a direct message on Instagram and I'll get you set up there. Again, if you guys want to join the Patreon, you know how to do that. Links in the info, patreon.com/Brendan Culleton. And joining on Patreon gets you access to within the community as a leading member to get additional benefits to support you as a conscious media creator. We got our upcoming Zoom call for conscious media creators. I'll be doing more of those in the future, so if you miss this one, no big deal. And that's also for leading members as well. And yeah, feel free to check the other links in the info for this video. Tell your friends and stay tuned if you guys want to do more joint listening for past meditations. I'm totally down for it. There's some really cool ones I'd love to be able to share with you guys. But yeah, all in due time. Beautiful. Thank you again, everyone, so much for being a part of this broadcast. Good night, everyone. And please feel free, for those of you online, please feel free to transfer a couple comments of gratitude over into the Discord and just be like, wow, awesome, whatever, and leave some of your feedback there, any additional conversation to continue related to that meditation. So beautiful. All right, final good nights, everyone. One more wolf howl. was an absolutely wonderful time hanging out with everyone as always, and wishing you a happy new year. And if this is if you don't hear from us until 2021, then happy new year to everybody here. And I love you guys so much, and I'm so excited for what it is that we are creating together. So Light Guardians unite, let's make Protoss proud. So all right, good night everyone, happy full moon. I'll see you in the Discord chat. Keep it shifty, and as always, welcome to the future. Take care. Music for this podcast at the intro and outros by Danny Leonardo. Thank you so much, Danny. Be sure to check out more of Danny's work in the info for the YouTube video below. Thank you, Danny.